Hi everyone, thank you so much for the love that you have shown to my last video, which was how my life changed with meditative practices and what do I do to grow spiritually. Now, I got many questions after posting this video, especially regarding not being able to meditate properly. Thoughts are disturbing, thoughts are coming, and second query was not seeing any significant change after even after doing transformative practices. And the third query was consistency, why people are not being able to consistently follow the meditative practice that they have taken. So I wanted to make a video about the preparation that you need to do beforehand. It's not a preparation that needs to be done every single day, but when you are a beginner in this journey, where you are really switching from that agitated, irritated, chaotic person to a person who wants to find peace and calm, between this switch there are certain things that will help you to release that agitatedness. So if you were this much agitated, you will become a little less agitated, which will help you to sit down and do that practice. Why it becomes difficult to meditate in the beginning is that because even when you're sitting down, we are so identified with our mind and we are so identified with our thoughts that when these thoughts are coming, we start getting engaged. Imagine that there are continuous calls coming on your phone, and you're picking up each call and telling, now I'm meditating, and you're receiving each call and you're telling them that you're meditating. Will you be able to focus on anything? Will you be able to focus on your breath? Just a simple example. No, right? So it's almost like some calls or some external triggers. So just imagine that these are just thoughts and let them pass like clouds. So having thoughts while meditating is not any kind of, what do you say, abnormality. It's very normal. Like all other organs are functioning while you meditate, your brain is also functioning, your mind is functioning as well. So let the thoughts pass like clouds. Do not engage with them. In the beginning, even I used to get engaged with my thoughts, and then I saw that how my attention is jumping from this thought to this thought to that thought. So when I started that, when I started observing that my attention was jumping, this was the first observation that I had during my meditation. So that is how you need to actually see where your attention is going while you are meditating. So when you're practicing a transformative tool that you have been initiated into, like I practice Shambhavi Mahamudra, it's a kriya, right? It is an internal action. There's some kind of breath work involved. There is other kinds of things. So how much you can be involved while doing that kriya, or if you're doing any kind of pranayam, how much you are involved in the process will depend on what kind of results you get. And results for everyone is not the same. Even when we got initiated, we were told clearly that do not keep any expectation from the process. Yes, it is transformative in nature, but you do not know in what way is it going to transform you. Of course, it will be a positive transformation, but these type of things where we do not know the depth in the technology of kriya, there we cannot comment that how this process will work for somebody. So we need to be consistent with the process and see how it's working for us. And if it is not working for us, we need to consult somebody who is an expert in that field, and that person might be able to help us with corrections. Is there anything else that can be done? This is the reason why we had so many different ways of self-discovery. That is why in yoga we have Gyan Yoga, we have Karma Yoga, we have Bhakti Yoga, and we have Raj Yoga. So it really depends on who the person is, what kind of nature they have, what kind of a problem they have. So that's why I like the system of Gurukul, having mentors, having guides even in your spiritual journey, so that they can be able to set up the process for you and see what is going to fructify in your life and what is going to help you live a peaceful, purposeful life. So that is the role of a mentor or a guru who comes in your life. And the consistency part, coming to the consistency part, how do you stay consistent is that you need to find out, as I said, that these are like calls that keep on coming, your thoughts. So you need to have the minimum triggers. We are occupied, today's modern day and age, we are always occupied, if you're bombarded with information. So you need to find a part in your day where you are least bombarded or you are least triggered, So I like to do my meditation before, everybody used to wake up at home sometimes, or even after. Sometimes even if I miss, I would do it in the evening. So that's why I found a slot in early morning. So it depends on what is early for you, and you can find out that slot where you're least disturbed, and that half an hour, that 15 minutes is all reserved for your meditative practice. So that is the way to stay consistent, and finding a place that has positivity attached to it. Sorry for that, I'm still not feeling well, but okay, with time I'll start feeling good. So a place where there is already a lot of positivity. So if you have a prayer hall, if you have a puja ghar, if you have हमारे घर में देवघर बोलते हैं वहाँ पे, या फिर my favorite place to meditate was on my terrace. So I like to meditate under open sky, as I have already discussed maybe on my Instagram that I resonate a lot with the Akash, or there are 5 elements, right? And the space element is the element that holds everything in place. So I associate a lot with the sky. That's why I love to meditate under the sky. That can also, these are just the things that you need to fix in the beginning. The goal is, or the intent is, in the long term, time, place, disturbance shouldn't matter. In the long term, it shouldn't matter, because no matter where you are, in how chaotic atmosphere you are, your goal is that internally you should be feeling peaceful and you should be feeling that calm. So we want to actually get detached from this time, space and all this drama. But in the beginning, you need to minimize the disturbances that are there for the 20-30 minutes that you are sitting. Otherwise it is not going to let you sit in one place. So first we learned how to deal with the disturbing thoughts that come up, and with these thoughts. Now this was an internal dialogue that I personally use, and I just figured it out for myself that if something very worrisome, जिस चीज़ की मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा चिंता हो रही है, if that thing comes up during my meditation in my mind and I feel like I need to jump up right now and do something about it, I just tell myself that, see Rutuja, right now you're meditating, focus on your practice, we will take care of this at 6 o'clock. What is 6 o'clock? 6 o'clock in the evening was the time when I sit in my swing, मेरा झूला है जो terrace में, and I let myself worry about the things that I want to worry. Okay, so I give my mind the time that तुमको जो भी overthink करना है ना, वो उस time पे करना when you sit on that swing and think about anything you want to think. Okay, so sometimes we need that space too. Okay, so I tell my thoughts that please come later. Okay, and this was something funny I did with myself internally, but it turned out to be very beautiful, and I give this suggestion to many people that you can try this out if you are getting worried during an important time. And I told this to my sister as well, even she likes the time to schedule a time to worry about things. So for some people it might work really well. So this is how you deal with disturbing thoughts, and always remember that thoughts are just thoughts unless and until you engage with them. Like calls are just calls unless and until you pick up and you speak to people. And if you don't want, like how we switch off the phone, right, till now I don't know how to stop thoughts, or is there a way to actually keep your mind really empty. I'm trying to find that out, how people do it. But you can be at peace with your thoughts as well. You can consciously create a positive thought. You can consciously ask yourself that right now I want to feel good. But for that, if you really want to feel peaceful, just ask yourself one question: what am I thinking right now? If you just ask yourself what am I thinking right now, that time your mind will just give you a blank answer. Your awareness will just come at peace. So it is actually by surrendering you start feeling peaceful. So this was about disturbing thoughts. But what can be done to take your agitation from this level to this level, or even down, is engaging in the activities, in your hobbies that keep you occupied and you are lost while doing that activity. For example, drawing, painting, clay modeling, or exercising, playing any musical instrument. Exercising is something that helped me the most, because anger or rage or aggression, all this was channelized in that process. So when there is something blocked inside you and you are not able to, tell it out in some ways, in verbal ways or in written ways, you can use art to explore it, you can express it, you can paint, you can draw. And all these activities actually help the people, especially who are overthinkers, थोड़ा ज़्यादा सोचते हैं, वरी करते हैं, उनके लिए मेडिटेशन के पहले ये चीज़ें ज़्यादा काम करती है. तो आप आपकी जो रूटीन है, मतलब रोज़ नहीं करना है, रोज़ बैठ के पेंटिंग नहीं कर सकते. इफ़ यू आर नॉट एन आर्टिस्ट, इफ़ दैट्स नॉट योर जॉब, देन यू कैन pick up a weekend or somewhere where you are engaging this thing. Exercises can be done every single day, but कोई एक दो चीज़ें उठा लो अपनी हॉबीज़ से. वो हॉबीज़ को करना आपकी मेडिटेटिव प्रैक्टिस को बहुत ज़्यादा सपोर्ट करेगा. एंड द प्रैक्टिस दैट यू चूज़, you don't need to be getting initiated into 2 or 3 processes एक साथ और फिर उसको करने की कोशिश कर रहे. Just choose something very simple in the beginning. I chose Isha Kriya, which I found online very easily, and what I just had to do, plug the earphones and listen to the Kriya. But you can choose any meditation. In mindfulness there is a body scanning meditation that's very simple, or whatever you choose. Make it a point that after you've practiced it, you must not need the device to do the meditation, or the guided instructions need to be taken away after some time, because we still don't want the attachment with this mobile device always. So we need to be on our own when we are meditating. So choose the meditations accordingly. For people who think a lot, or for mental activity is too much, I have observed that japa meditation, or jap, or chanting a mantra for a certain amount of times, it works really well for them. Okay, so the mind, which is almost like a empty container, you're consciously filling it with one particular mantra. So repeating that mantra, which can be anything, which can be an affirmation as well, not necessarily it should be a Sanskrit mantra, whatever it is, it helps you to come back to a focus point again and again and again and again. So there is a very profound study known as Raj Yoga, which is dedicated to meditation completely. But if you are not ready to receive that yet, these are some things that you can do on your own to prepare yourself first to get initiated into any practice, or to make even smallest meditation work for you and do it consistently. This is how you build a deeper connection with yourself. So the goal behind everything that we do is to build a deeper connection with yourself. So if you want to know my experience about inner engineering, getting initiated, all of that, let me know in the comments. I would love to make a video.